Kristi Winters got
right.
booted from Twitter.
Yeah, I did a whole stream on it today. Like, I went and got a tweet, so I'll be doing a video now on Monday, like a more, like a shorter version of it. But basically, yeah, she's been proud and like I had to go into an incognito tab because I'm blocked by Kristi, but and a lot of people are. But she's just bragging on Twitter about how she's flagged him several times. He's had 12.
Twitter has done it again. They've banned a popular individual for violating subjective speech codes. Just a reminder of what Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey claimed back in April of 2016.
People have controls to block and people have controls to mute.
But what about the company? Who decides the difference between criticism and hate?
These are the individuals. So you can follow who you want, and if it's something you want to see, you continue to follow it.
You know, Jack, there is a special place for liars and deceivers. I don't really want to get into religion today, but given Twitter's stock price and Jack Dorsey's trash reputation, I'd say it's the 8th circle for you, champ. Please do enjoy. I want to introduce everyone to liberal, atheist, social scientist, feminist, nerd Kristi Winters. She loves YouTube activism, drama, and is a proud blocker of Kekastanis, which I think is just a little bit racist. What do you have against Kekastanis, Kristi? Looks like you have a clear case of prejudice and bigotry to me. You clearly have some unconscious BS to deal with and are in desperate need of some sensitivity training. Anyway, her bio said to check out her videos, so I did. She certainly loves long discussions on Google Hangouts, but as I don't enjoy wanting to stab myself in the face, I decided to check out one of her shorter vids.
It's time to debrief you on Operation Shiny Object.
Please tell us more, Kristi.
It's not really an operation so much as a running joke within the progressive YouTube community.
Interesting, because I actually thought the progressive YouTube community is the running joke.
It's pretty much a given that if a video that any of the progressive YouTubers are making comes out and we make any criticism whatsoever of Bearing, he has to respond and he has to attack us for it.
Oh man, I know feminists aren't all that bright, but this is hilarious. Bearing has to respond? Are you on drugs? It's Bearing's job to respond, you complete idiot. He literally makes money from you idiots attacking him, then making response videos. He wants you to make dumb videos attacking him so he can respond. In case you haven't noticed, it's built him a huge YouTube following.
Because his ego is so fragile. He literally cannot handle any criticism without response. It seems to be beyond him.
His ego's fragile, or each video gives him an easy chance to put up new content and give his followers a good laugh, all while being paid for it. You idiot.
Bearing would find a small channel, especially like a small feminist channel, and he would put it up as bait for his trollish followers to go, and they would downvote it and basically harass the person until they, many of them shut down their videos, some of them shut down their channels. Some people withstood it, but there was a lot of abuse that was being led by Bearing.
I don't know why I need to point this out to you, Kristi, but Bearing making a funny video critiquing some dumb feminist doesn't mean he's responsible for the actions of his followers. Unless you can prove with evidence that he directed his followers to harass people, then you are just a butthurt little snowflake who's upset that people didn't like the videos that you liked. Here's some advice. Make better videos. And if you can't handle criticism, stop making them. Run back to your little padded Twitter safe spaces and leave the grown-up playground to the grown-ups.
We should just, whenever we make a video that's critical of Bearing, that's Bearing bait.
So let's just get this straight. Bearing bait and Operation Shiny Object is just a ploy to deliberately give Bearing content. They are literally setting out to give Bearing something to respond to and calling it bait. Oh, here's the thing. You call it Bearing bait. I call it Bearing food. But hey, tomato, tomato.
There were several of us who basically were willing to handle the harassment of Bearing's fans. We were basically being human shields.
I love how you think you are being all noble and moral, acting as a human shield, but you literally ran to Jack Dorsey to get Bearing banned, showing that you couldn't actually handle the heat. You basically just said,
I'm a strong, independent woman who don't need no protection. Now protect me, damn you!
And that was kind of the point of Operation Shiny Object, is to get Bering to get so caught up in his own personal drama and his fragile ego that he would pick responding to people who he really shouldn't be responding to because it's a waste of his time and just basically is repetitive content on his channel, to glut up his content with that instead of abusing smaller channels.
Oh, this is just awesome. It's so good. Anyway, let's just translate this for those who haven't quite got it. She just said,
"We wanted to get Bering to respond to us because we feel we are so unworthy of his time that it would make him look bad, and stop him responding to smaller YouTubers who are just too small and pathetic to take any criticism at all."
and they did it because it would glut up his channel with content, because everyone knows that YouTube creators just hate having more content on their channels.
And we accomplished our goal with Operation Shiny Object. We basically became the human shields for smaller channels because we were willing to criticize Bering, and usually that's all it takes to get a response from him.
You mean the goal of giving Bering something to do while stopping other channels from getting any exposure? Sounds like you're a bit of an attention whore to me.
Look at me, Bering. Look at me. Don't look at them. Look at me.
Funny, because you criticize him for taking the bait, yet he hooked you so well that you set up a coordinated effort to bring him down. Your confusion is just over who the fish actually is. Then again, calling you a fish would be mean to fish, just as calling you a whale would be an insult to rich people. On that note, this looks a hell of a lot like a targeted harassment campaign, but I guess that's okay when you're a dumb middle-aged feminist with hipster glasses and a bad haircut.
So yeah, nice one, Bering. You totally fell for it.
Yep, he totally fell for it. I mean, look how fat it got him. I love how proud of yourself you are. It's brilliant. Jokes aside, this individual has flat out admitted to setting up a targeted campaign against another individual with the sole purpose of harassing and baiting them. They then went out of their way to report his Twitter account and essentially demand he get banned. That doesn't sound like the actions of someone who accomplished any goal.
We accomplished our goal with...
That sounds like the actions of a hypocrite and a spoiled little bully who tried to shoot the king and missed, then had a sook about it to the teacher. She hilariously claims Bering is egotistical while proudly admitting to actions that show her to be a fragile little snowflake of the highest order. She moans that his followers would go and downvote videos they didn't like, then gets him banned from Twitter for saying things that she didn't like. Twitter banning Bering, Milo Yiannopoulos and other free speech advocates for daring to wrongthink is unconscionable. It's especially bad given the claim they respect people's right to freely express any opinion. They rewarded a blatantly obvious targeted harassment campaign and have shown, once again, that if you aren't on the left, you aren't welcome on Twitter. That being said, I'd like to graciously thank Kristi Winters for the material. This video was great fun to make.
We thought it was hilarious.
It was, Kristi. It really, truly was.
Michael, Rollins, Kevin, Logan, Tim from Demotivator Opinion, myself, Bronx Blogger, Steve Shives. It's just repetitive garbage.
Hey guys, thanks for watching the video. If you liked it, don't forget to like and comment. And as always, if you enjoyed the content, go check out all my other stuff. And if you like that, subscribe. And if you do, I'll see you next time.